Now, back on March 11th, the FTC sent letters to 97 dealer groups and dealerships saying, hey, you need to clean up your pricing practices. You can't advertise cars that aren't for sale, et cetera, et cetera. And Dad, we now have the full list. It's actually 203 dealerships here that are being warned by the FTC that they have to clean up their actions. Let's break down what happened here and make sure everyone understands what the FTC is doing and the pressure they're putting on car dealers.
Absolutely. And many of them are part of some of the largest publicly traded dealer groups in the United States. You know, when you say there's a list of 203 dealers, well, some of these dealer groups own hundreds of dealerships. So I think the warning is particularly strong for the dealer groups because the dealer groups have to be saying to themselves, well, if they picked 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of our dealerships, maybe they're going to pick the other 250 that we have.
So here's what I thought was really interesting, Dad. Again, back on March 11th, when they sent out those letters, they did not name the dealer groups who they sent them to. And after months, on May 29th at 5 p.m., that's when I found on the FTC's website that you could actually download the PDF letters that were sent to these dealer groups. Now, here's where things got even more confounding for me. You had to scroll to the bottom of every single PDF letter, and there were the CC'd names of the actual individual dealerships that the FTC contacted. So it was ultimately 203 dealerships that were named in these letters, not 97, which had been reported by everyone, including ourselves. And interestingly, Dad, you can start to break out some distinctions by brand and by state for where these 203 dealerships are. Shocker, Dad. Texas and Florida led with 26 dealerships named in both states. And it was independent car dealers, those that don't represent necessarily a franchise brand. And then Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Nissan, and Hyundai following suit in terms of who got the most named dealerships in these letters from the FTC.
The thing that surprised me, Zach, is there were some rather large dealership groups that weren't a part of this at all. Penske, Asbury, CarMax, and Carvana. And then there were some that I saw on the list that really shocked me. The Holman organization out of New Jersey has a tremendous reputation for being fair and honest and transparent. And yet there were letters sent to 3 of the Holman dealerships. So as good as Holman is, there are some outliers that maybe they weren't aware of.
Yeah, I mean, when we talk publicly traded dealer groups, Dad, Lithia, AutoNation, Group One, Sonic, all named in these FTC letters. And to your point, it's not necessarily at the corporate level that they're messing things up, but some of their operators, some of their dealerships are definitely riding on the edge here with the FTC and getting these warning letters. It's worth mentioning we built a website where you can actually see all 203 dealerships. You can search through them. There's a map. Just go to caredge.com/FTC to see all the 203 named dealerships. You can click around on a map. You can see some of the stats there as well. Now, here's what really surprised me, Dad. 203 dealerships out of, 60, 70, 80,000 dealerships in the United States of America have received letters from the FTC warning them about these practices. What's fascinating to me, Dad, is we here at CarEdge rank dealers and grade dealers based on their transparency. And interestingly, many of these dealerships that were named by the FTC actually have an A grade, meaning they cleaned up their act after March 11th. But interestingly, Pops, there are hundreds of D and F rated dealerships from our Dealer Transparency Index, our CarEdge dealer ratings, that have not received letters from the FTC as far as we know. That says to me there's a bigger problem here. And quite frankly, the FTC has more letters that need to be sent to more dealerships. What do you think?
Yeah, I see it as there's a mission here. And the mission is that I don't think the FTC is necessarily in a position to do what it is that we do. With the aid of our AI agents that are shopping on behalf of customers, we get to see how many dealerships react to those email requests and how transparent their pricing is. And we're doing it on behalf of customers. The FTC, they don't do that, and we do. So perhaps there's an alignment here. There's I don't know, some type of relationship that can be established where the FTC can utilize some of what it is that we do and some of the information that we have been able to gather and the data that we've been able to gather and use it so they can see which dealers they do need to send letters to.
Notably, Dad, we talked about some of those stats. California had 23 dealers named. Illinois, where there was the Napleton Group that they had a huge settlement many years ago, had 14 dealers named. Oklahoma, the Oklahoma Dealers Association has some of the strictest laws and enforcements for dealers in that state, but 12 dealerships there got letters, 11 in Ohio, 10 in North Carolina, 9 in New Jersey, 9 in Washington State, and 8 in New York. When it comes to the brands, we told you before, is those independent used car dealer lots got the most with 25 letters sent out to those dealerships, 22 to Chevrolet, 22 to CDJR, 20 to Nissan, 20 to Hyundai, 17 over at Ford, 17 at Kia, 17 at Honda as well. And look at that, 15 for our friends over at Toyota, only 5 for the folks at Buick. When it comes to price discrimination, bait and switch advertisements, advertising cars for sale that aren't actually for sale, it doesn't matter what state you're in or what brand you're possibly purchasing. These FTC letters are going out to dealerships left and right. And what I'm fascinated by, Dad, is why the headline many months ago was 97 dealerships, but the actual number was 203. And you and I both know there are many more out there. And to be clear here, there are many that are already acting compliant, transparent, trying to put their best foot forward, but they get pushed aside when the great deal badge on those car search websites shows these dealers who need these warning letters sent to them. There's a lot of work here to be done.
There's many more letters that need to be sent. There's much more work that the FTC needs to do. And quite honestly, there's more work that we need to do. You know, we don't just mystery shop dealers to mystery shop dealers so we can put together this list. We come up with this information because we're shopping on behalf of customers, real customers that are looking to buy real cars. So there's got to be a marriage of convenience here somewhere, perhaps, where we can help join forces with the FTC and allow them easier access to see who's playing fair and who isn't. And then, let's get that letter writing campaign started.
So before you buy your next car, please, caredge.com/FTC. See the list of all 203 dealerships that were named in the CCs of those 97 letters. You can also obviously see grades. We have the map there that you can explore as well. And please, if you're in the market to buy a car, tell a friend to tell a friend. You got to do this type of research, be aware of this type of stuff. You don't want to walk your way into Hendrick, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, and Wilmington and not know that the FTC had sent them this letter warning them about their practices. That's just good, useful information to have before you step foot in a dealership. There are 202 other names on those lists, so go check it out back at caredge.com/FTC.
Nicely done.
Let's be honest, the idea of buying a car is exciting, but actually doing it, not so much. Dealers calling you, asking you when can you come in, bait and switch sales tactics, yuck, and you definitely don't want to spend an hour listening to a guy named Rick check with his manager. That's why CarEdge's AI Negotiator is a game changer. It contacts the dealer and does the haggling for you, and it costs less than a tank of gas. It's powered by real-time market data and trained to spot dealer tactics and pricing patterns, so it knows exactly what to push back on to get you the best deal. Here's how it works. You pick the car you want, CarEdge creates an anonymous email and phone number for you, and then your AI agent reaches out to the dealer on your behalf and handles the entire negotiation. No weird phone calls, no pressure sales tactics, and no, quote, I can knock $200 off the price if you buy it today nonsense. The AI goes back and forth with dealers until it hits the best price. You get the full chat history, full transparency, and zero headaches. It's like sending in a car buying assistant with zero patience for sales tactics. You can try it today back at caredge.com/AI. That's caredge.com/AI.